If you make it clap,
you're not
jerk
even
up.
on the screen.
Oh, fuck me.
See.
Just out here got us looking real unprofessional today.
Bill Cosby is the greatest
I
stand-up
got it
comedian
on
of
speaker.
all.
What?
What did you just say?
Welcome to a whole nother episode of Talk Heavy. Once again, I'm your boy Scoop Burgundy.
Just call me, bro.
It's Scotty.
It's me.
And today, I can't even say it again. We don't have the latest and greatest. Well, no, this is great. This is the latest and greatest. The verdict is in. Derek Chauvin, the killer of George Floyd, they found him guilty on all charges. Not one, not two, will LeBron say, not three, not four, but they found him guilty on all charges. So what was you guys' initial reaction to hearing the news?
I was like, wow. I was relieved because a not guilty verdict was going to lead to rioting. Me and V was talking about it before the show. I was like, yo, a not guilty verdict was going to lead to more people dying, people's houses, stores getting blown up, shit getting set on fire, cities getting shut down. So a lot of dangerous activities was going to go on if he got a not guilty verdict. And so I'm happy that he got sentenced. I mean, not sentenced, but he got the guilty verdict for all three. We was talking about it actually, and I wanted to ask, like, what y'all think about what y'all think? Well, never mind. I'll ask that. Good. My fault.
Well, what was you gonna ask?
Well, I was gonna ask though. All right. Well, I'll ask then. So, what do y'all think about the I guess the risk of the rioting? Do y'all think that heavily influenced the verdict?
Yes, absolutely. I think that the only reason that they found him guilty is because of what happened last year. I think that's the only reason. If not, I think it would have been more of the same. I don't think that there's a true change in the heart of this country, and now they're making people pay for their sins and all of that. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that it was a decision solely based off of the reaction of the actual video of it happening. They ain't want no repeat.
Right.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't caught on video, I don't even know if this would have even made it to trial.
Right.
But I definitely agree with him. I think that the turn up that happened last summer after everything went live of George Floyd's incident definitely played a role, because I think that first of all, Minnesota had back-to-back incidents, right?
Yes.
So just last week, a teenage boy just died in Minnesota at the hands of the police, right? And we saw that video. So it's like they're already dealing with that. And then people are still rioting. I mean, still like protesting that one specifically on top of this George Floyd case. So it's like, I don't know. Well, basically, I do think it played a role, but at the same time, I think that it would have been very difficult to find him not guilty based off of what we had seen.
Right.
But I do still feel like that definitely pushed what happened, was kind of how massive of a turnout this whole entire country like turned out during the the incident, because literally all 50 states were protesting. That was unheard of. That had never happened before. Like, we literally made history, and then beyond the 50 states, other countries were protesting. So yeah, they had a lot going on.
Yeah, I agree. I think they were just scared of what was going to happen. Also, I just like you said, the recording that was, you couldn't. No one could argue the recording. Like, the defense bull went inside there, like me being unprepared for court. Like, he was just saying random stuff. He wasn't saying anything of substance. He was just like, even if you're not doing nothing, you got to die. And it's like, bro, just say my guy, I go to jail. And did y'all see his face, Derek Kavanaugh, when they said, we seen all the guilties? He was looking around with his eyebrow. I never seen someone eyebrow stay up all that time. He was like, "Oh, hold on, I'm the first one that's gonna go to jail.
Like, I'm the one."
He was the first boy to get caught doing anything. He's like, "Oh my god."
Well, I'll never forget the face of that guy, cop in Oklahoma, who they gave about 100 years to for raping all the women. Whoo, he was weeping like a baby in there. But yeah, this one, he was just like.
Well, he looked back and forth. He's looking back. I'm like, I was trying to figure out who he was looking at. who you trying to get reassurance from? It's not your defense guy because you already seen what he did for you. I don't know what you think about to happen, brother, but it's over with. And everyone cheering and everyone like yelling after they heard the verdict was crazy. It felt good. It felt unbelievable to hear. And I'm happy we finally got justice.
It's sad that we have to celebrate justice. But I mean, it's a good thing. It's just sad that we have to celebrate it because we should just get justice.
It should be normal, right?
Right. But I mean, not to take away from it, because I'm definitely going to celebrate. But, at the end of the day, it's like, wow, we're really celebrating that something that was supposed to happen in the court system happened.
Yeah.
Well, what's sad about it? It's like you celebrate, you be like, woo, you feel relieved. Then like you look at your phone or you go outside, then another black person get killed by a cop. You're like, oh, this. Like again, like I don't know. It's always short lived. It seems like, you know what I mean, when stuff like this happens.
Word, it's like a holiday, for real. It's crazy because how rarely it does happen. I wanted to ask y'all another question. Do y'all think the sentencing? Me and Scoop was talking about it, or we was talking about it before. Y'all think the sentencing is going to affect how people will respond to this verdict? Do y'all think if he gets like we were talking about, 12 and a half years, y'all think that's sufficient enough to appease the masses? Or do y'all think that that's going to incite some riots down the line?
I think it's going to be dependent on how the media tells that story. So it's like if he does a year and then the media is like, George Floyd's killer only does 1 year out of the 12.5 that he was, then I feel like, okay. But what we find a lot of times is that they sweep that under the rug and we found out later.
Right.
So I personally don't believe he's going to do the full amount of time that he's supposed to do. I do think that he's probably going to get out early. I just don't think that the media is going to push it. So we're not even going to really know about it until it's like later.
Right. Media coverage is always going to dictate the reaction of the people. And I think that it depends on how much they're covering the sentencing, right? Then, of course, it's going to be an appeal that he probably takes. Are they going to cover the appeal if they sentence him to a whole bunch of time? But the way that we all know that media works is all about the new news. And one thing for sure, two things for certain is America will give you new news. So as much as people want to stick with the George Floyd thing and want to see justice get carried through all the way and see if he gets all of these years, it's sad to say something else is going to happen. Attention will get off of this case. And now he'll get to have more of from his viewpoint, a fair fight. Now it's like, okay, now that they worried about that, can we talk, Judge? What can we do? You know what I mean? So I don't, honestly, in my heart, I don't believe that it'll be over 10 years, which is kind of absurd for a homicide caught on camera in cold blood, as they say.
In broad daylight with hundreds of witnesses.
In front of children. But, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know how many things you can add on that, right? Not even like a gun. It's like you choked a man out. That's like one of the most you didn't even stab him. You choked him out, whatever. But so I don't think that he'll do that much time. And I think that people will get upset, but I don't think that the anger will be so succinct that everybody will go riot. I think it'll be a few people angry, a few people like, oh, boom, boom, bang. I think that everybody watching him die on camera, everybody was angry. It was like, yo, come on. We all got to do something. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think that. I think the rioting is done with this situation.
That was a good word, Scoop. Succinct.
succinct.
How come when we talk about people being mad, it's always about us and rioting and messing stuff up when like it's white people who think, or unseasoned people who think that their chauffeur didn't deserve to go to jail, and last time they was mad about something, they broke into the Capitol and act crazy. I feel like the news never focused on them. It was always the black people. Well, what if they're mad? And what if they do this? What about the unseasoned people? Are we not?
That's Venice. What you just said. Media, it's that media coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's always going to dictate how we feel about anything. It's a reason why video always gets a bigger reaction. Everybody keeps their job when it's off camera. But soon as something's caught on camera, the sponsors is like, oh my goodness, I know we knew about it for 6 months, but I didn't know it happened. Like, yes, it happened. Like,
right.
He punched me in the face in the elevator. Oh, what? Whatever. Anyway, it's like I didn't. You know what I mean? We always wait for the video to come out. And you know what I mean? It's just sad because even when like let's say Trayvon Martin situation, you know what I mean? It was no video, but the audio was wow. It was like, wild. Yo, you could hear that, and he wasn't even a cop. This nigga was neighborhood patrol, you know, night watch.
The neighborhood rat.
Yeah, the neighborhood rat. And he's like, the cops begged him, please don't follow him. Nah, this dude is sketchy. I'm gonna follow him. Like, you know what I mean? And he still got off. So, you know, it just goes to show you if it's not caught on camera, you know what I mean? Is like the young instinct, you know, with social media, if it's not recorded, it ain't happening, it ain't real. Right. So, you know, I think the media runs it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and I feel like this white man, I'm not gonna say his name, but is the perfect example because he has a long history of mistreating black men that he comes in contact with as a police officer. He has a history of like being overly aggressive and being, you know, all of these things. And had this George Floyd thing not got on camera, he probably would have got away with it again because he's been getting away with it for decades.
Well, that's
a decade. But
a decade. And you know what's crazy? There's I became privy to this information about 2 years ago, right? We had a meeting with the DA, and he is crazy. And this is in Philadelphia, so I don't know if this is everywhere, but I'm pretty sure it's everywhere. There's a list of racist cops, right? That the DA and all of them know that these cops have a real history on being unfair to black people, Hispanic people, all of things of that nature, right? And they're still police. So what happens is in court, a lot of the times, if the person fights, and the DA said this, if the person fights, they usually win against this list of cops because the judges know what these cops do. But there's a lot of people who plead guilty and end up still doing time for things that they didn't do based off of false evidence and all of these types of things, just because they don't think that they can win a case because they don't have money. So it's crazy that the problem is that there's a list. The DA, the judges, the system per se knows who these cops are, and they still have a job, and they wait until they kill somebody on camera, not until they kill somebody, because sometimes they kill people and it's not on camera, and it's like, okay, you get 6-month leave, you do a sensitivity training, then you're a police officer again. But they wait until they kill somebody on camera, riots happen, to fire them, and then, you know, that whole spiel. So it's a problem that's out there that people they just like, yeah, they are folks though. So, you know,
I think
and
that
even to like, go ahead.
No, I think that comes back to the police union. Like, they protect these racist cops, because if they fire them, the police union like, no, we're not with it. So now it's a problem.
Right. There
Every
you go.
other cop now, and so you don't want that problem. So we just let it slide. And that's that. I guess, how do you say, enabling of certain people. And then when you say good cop, bad cop, I'm like, it's not that simple. It's not black and white like that. It's not. It's a whole lot of gray area.
Whole lot.
But you know, just to like piggyback off of what Scoop was saying, the other insane thing that I learned too is that when a police officer gets fired, they can go to another county and become a police officer all over again. So it's like, if you get you know, if you get fired in Philadelphia County, you can go next door to Allegheny and get a job. And that's like insane to me. So it's like, that's why all of these police officers are still on the street too, because a lot of them will get fired. Well, not a lot, but the ones who do get fired, they'll just move to like another state or move to another county and just apply to be a police officer. And because they don't do a background check that's beyond their specific like geographic area, they don't see the shit that they were doing at the other county. Like, that's insane to me.
Yo, can I give an example? It's so crazy. Do y'all remember that 12-year-old that got shot in Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
You know that the police officer that killed him was just fired from police academy just down the road, a few miles away. And they fired him because guess why? He was too aggressive.
Oh, whoa, big surprise.
Oh, no.
And ended up killing the 12-year-old.
And that's literally a story that like was in the news. You know, like that's not even like something that was just we didn't hear about. You know, that was literally in the news. And that's what's happening. Like these police officers are going on administrative leave, or like the woman who killed the teenage boy in Minnesota, she resigned, but I'm sure she's probably going to just move on to another county because they can do that. And that's ridiculous to me. Like,
please and shit. Because if you work for a retail store and you get caught stealing money out of register, you can't work for no other retail store.
Thank you.
Macy's even if you live in an apartment and you leave and you owe them niggas money, nobody's gonna let you sign a lease at a new apartment. Like
the girl who just got stealing from DJ Mustard ain't about to get another job. No, or whatever. That's a whole nother story. And his name, I'm with to say his name, say her name movement. I mean, I love it. So Tamir Rice is the young 12-year-old that got killed. But yeah, man. Yeah.
I think that's just crazy, yo. You think we should have like an expert? They got experts in this type of stuff. But what do you call that? People who their expertise is in policing. Is it like other police officers? Who are the people?
Yeah,
there's a lot of people.
What is the crazy part?
I was about to say, Scoop just said he spoke to a DA.
To the DA.
But I mean, you can speak to attorneys, you can speak to judges, you can speak to chief officers. Like, I know I was I sat in on a conversation with this Black woman who she made history, and I think it was South Carolina, North Carolina. Sorry if I'm wrong, but it's one of those two. But she was like the first Black woman police chief officer in that area. And basically she was discussing a lot of this stuff and kind of like showing both sides of the story and showing like why things happen, not necessarily taking up for like the police, but she was just explaining like basically the whole system of like how everything happens and how effed up it is basically. So
it's multiple parts, man. Like B was saying, you could talk to so many people. Even it's crazy, in the same meeting they were talking about racism within the department, how Black cops transfer to different precincts because of racism. One Black cop said, I just left, I couldn't take it no more. Like it got to the point they started writing stuff in the bathroom stalls, like I hate working with niggas, stuff like that. And it's like, yo, this is 20, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time it was 2019. Like it's we in 2021, but it was 2019 at the time. Why are we? I thought it was a Blue Lives Matter. I thought it was a blue wall sign. Like what are we doing? And what cops are protecting these police officers? Right. So it's a deeply rooted issue that we're dealing with. You know what I mean? So I guess you can't blame anybody for being surprised at the verdict. Yeah.
Right. And I just had one more thing to say. I remember I was watching videos on Baltimore, the corrupt cops in Baltimore. Are y'all familiar? Where they was like selling drugs, stealing drugs.
Was it the 7-5, that documentary, or was it another one?
I don't quite remember.
The 75th precinct. That was crazy.
I think it was. Yes, I think it was. And there was another one in California where they was literally robbing drug dealers, killing people, killing drug dealers, taking their money, taking their drugs, and then redistributing it, and had a whole business. And they were getting covered up by because the internal affairs is so corrupt Like they would look into it, but not really look into it. And that's how they got to last so long until somebody was like, yo, what the y'all don't see what's going on over here?
Yeah.
And it takes the people to say, yo, this is ridiculous, yo, what's happening? Or one good or bold, quote unquote, person to be like, yo, this is enough. Do y'all think like you should have a separate, because like they allow their own police officers to govern themselves. When there's a problem with a police officer, it's internal affairs. Internal affairs is other police officers.
Other cops, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think we need a governing body over the police like we have over literally almost everything else.
I think we need to go back to Africa. Huh? What? I mean, what are we gonna ask for?
In reference to
Africa.
I feel like I get your premise, but I think the issue is bigger than that. And so I think that an entire restructure of like the police department as a whole is really what's necessary, because one, I think that police officers aren't trained long enough. Like, it's insane to me that you can be a police officer after going through a camp for, how long is their camp? Like 3 months max?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 6 months?
6
okay,
months,
I thought it was 3. Okay, 6 months, and now you're trained enough that you can go outside with a gun and like protect, like, that's insane to me. So like I feel like that's an issue. I think also how they're structuring the money that goes there. I think that they need to have people on call to handle different situations, like the gentleman in Philadelphia who was killed, who was having like a pretty much a mental breakdown because the police officers didn't know how to react to him. That shouldn't have been a police officer that came to that house. That should have been somebody who deals with people who have mental illnesses at that extreme to come get him or deal with that situation. So I feel like it's just a much broader thing than just kind of like the police governing themselves. But yeah.
Yeah. It's deeply rooted, man.
And also too, I think that the training should be focused more on like the gun being a last resort than the first. Because I mean, we've seen that work in like different small counties around this country who have done it, and also in other parts of the world who have done it. And so I feel like that's something too, because there's no reason why we should have so many people in jail in this country and so many people killed by police in this country when our population isn't even that big when you compare it to other countries.
The training starts from birth. Not to get too deep, if it's in your heart, it's in your heart. 6 months, even 4 years of training is not going to change what's in somebody's heart from birth. And that's just how I see it.
Yeah, I think they train military personnel to have more trigger discipline overseas than here. The police officers policing your own citizens. Like, that's crazy to me how military people can have more discipline than it makes it, like you said, Scoop, it goes right back to where you grow up in, that social conditioning,
right?
And how you view your own people.
And a prime example of the military thing that comes to mind is I remember when the Pope came to Philly. This was when I was living off of City Line Avenue and he was staying off of City Line Avenue. And I remember like,
you met the Pope?
You said what?
You met the Pope?
I waved at him. Like he drove right past my apartment and he saw me and my roommate and we waved at him and he waved back. But
oh, you know that's the automatic ticket to heaven. That's what I'm talking about.
But no, I was saying like, so the closer that it got to where the Pope stayed, it was more military that was protecting, and the closer it got to Philly, it was more police. So because of where my apartment was, like where I was compared to where he was, we had the military around us. And it was crazy because I remember walking down to like, y'all know where the Target is at the end of City Line Avenue?
Mm-hmm.
Of course y'all know where that is. That's where like a lot of like the police were, and they was being like OD aggressive. Like it was just completely unnecessary. And then as soon as we got up past where the military were, they were real chill. They're like, oh, hey, what's up? What y'all doing? Like,
right.
and I'm just like, that's crazy to me because And the way that like they ingrain things in our mind, you would assume it's the opposite. Because like the military is literally off to war. They brought they brought them here because they were more equipped to protect the Pope than the police. But yet they were way more chill than the actual police. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah, that's the truth.
This on topic but off topic. When that motherfucker came, I couldn't go to the store and get nothing to eat because he was blocking off everything. I swear to God, Pope, keep your ass from over here. I don't want to see you again. You might have waved our hands, but I waved the middle finger at that motherfucker. I'm like, I was young, Keith. I was starving. I was broken. I just wanted to get something.
He said, I just had my baby. It was going on in life.
I ain't even had the baby yet.
Oh, you ain't had a kid. Oh, this young wild Keith.
Before we move on, I just want to give a quick shout out to the people who went to Barry Broad, who was the examiner for the defense, who said that George Floyd passed away from other causes. So I just want to shout out to the people who showed up to his crib in California and smeared pig's blood all over his front door, his walls, and his garage. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to y'all. Y'all did
out here
Black
doing
Jesus
the
work.
Lord's work. I think pig's blood was very fitting. So yeah.
Yes. And with that being said, we're gonna move on, man. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to George Floyd. And justice was semi-served. We'll see what the sentencing is, and we'll bring it to you. Now, today is a special day for some people. It's 420. If you get high, this is a special day for you. This is a day where you sit there, you roll your L's, you take your edibles, you smoke your vapes, you do it all, huh? So do anybody on the show? I don't know if you want to snitch on yourself. Maybe or maybe not. Anybody celebrate 420 on the show?
I feel like 420 is for people who don't smoke weed like that.
Okay. Why do you say that?
I just feel like if you smoke, it's just another day. Like
another day at the office.
High again.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I seen a video of Snoop, Method Man. They had these these giant blunts that they was lighting up. So I don't. Is this where?
But
people
Snoop regularly smokes giant blunts.
We talking blunts the size of like a hoagie. That's
okay. Yeah. Snoop don't do those on the regular. You're right.
Nah, you don't do them Jones on the regular.
Balls on the hoagie blunts, but I get what you're saying.
Had the foot long blunts. The foot long.
Not the foot long. I'm dying.
Balls on the hoagie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So it's one of those days. So in honor of 420, I want to ask everybody, what is your favorite 420 movie?
I gotta go with Pineapple Express.
I'm gonna have to agree with him.
That movie
I think I'm about to go with Friday or next Friday or Friday after next.
Friday after next is a weed movie. Did they even smoke on Friday after next?
Come on now.
Hold on.
They smoking every Friday.
Nigga name was Smokey in Friday.
I was about to say they smoking every single Friday.
No, not the original Friday, but Friday after next. They were smoking the night. I don't remember.
Oh, Friday after next.
I remember they.
I don't know what I thought.
Shut up, Scott. Stop being technical.
Regardless, any of the Fridays is a good 420 movie for me.
No, facts.
This is a good 420 movie.
I also have to say, How High, the original one, with the good old Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Doggy Dogg. That's another good one.
Okay.
But I feel like I can only watch that like high. So
that's it. That's all. All right, I really do like Pineapple Express, but I'm gonna lean towards
great movie.
It is a great movie. It is a great movie. I'm gonna lean towards a classic. I like my top 420 movie is Half Baked. You know what I mean? It was a great one. That's Dave Chappelle. That's young Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? His man getting locked up. They had to hustle to get it back. And then we made you fly. How could you not like it? Mr. Nice Guy, man. Mr. Nice Guy. And running up, I'm gonna have to go with How High, man. That's classic. You smoke You bring the dead homies up. Oh, hilarious! And it gave us the classic. Oh, you old big head motherfucker, get him. Get him. Oh boy, you can't. Any movie that you get a classic line from, you gotta shout it out. So yeah, man. That and Friday gave us countless lines. Well, like, come on.
I want to know though, how come every like high movie, every weed movie that come out, they make it seem like when you smoke weed, you start seeing aliens and people start distorting and voices start changing. Like, what type of weed?
Smoking
You're
real
not
weed
smoking
is nothing
the
like
right
that,
weed.
Right? With me?
Scott out here smoking Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying?
Our weed don't got no name.
I'm trying to figure out. Wait, I'm trying to figure out what is they smoking? With y'all had
I out here smoking CBD leaves.
Is that hemp? I don't know what is going on.
Yo, I'm just. Have y'all had an experience where y'all was like seeing stuff and like?
No, I just used to get paranoid. I had to stop getting paranoid. Is my thing.
So Keith and I had a near-death experience. Keith, do you want to tell this story, or you want me to tell this story?
He told me these were these that big. So she was like, "Yeah, just put a little drop on your finger." We put the drop on the finger.
Basically, hold on, let me explain. So
okay, yeah, I need to hear.
I had my medical marijuana card, so every time I go to the dispensary, I like to try something new. You know, because it's like this is an abundance of options. It's not like I'm ever gonna run out. Why not? So they told me about this thing called an RSO thing that is in a syringe, but it's not like but it's not a needle at the end. No, it's not a needle at the end. It's like literally the syringe without the needle, and so you push it out, and then you put like the size of a pin drop on the tip of your finger, and then you put it at the top of your mouth, and that's it. And so like they said it's extremely potent. It's like one of the most potent like extracts of marijuana that you could possibly get. So I was scared to take it by myself, so I told Keith to do it with me, and he did. And
I was dead.
It was like we were watching
Lucifer.
What's that? Lucifer. And I really thought that like the devil was there, bro. Like no cat. There. Like it was like
oh, so that answers Scott's question.
It was just, and then it was like it was so intense, you know, like I could feel like my lungs expand as I could breathe. I could feel the blood moving through my veins.
I felt my heartbeat.
And it felt like it was beating slower and slower and slower. And I'm like, I'm
you
really
thought yourself
about to die.
Yeah.
No, for real, yo. And I was sitting there like, damn, I don't want to tell Keith because he gonna freak out. But the whole time this nigga was freaking out worse than me. Like
I was quiet and shit. Like, oh my fuck.
So out of 10, what would y'all rate it? The experience?
20.
A 20?
Okay, like when you say rate the experience, what do you mean by that?
Like 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. My fault.
It was scary.
It sounded like a 10 and a 1 at the same time.
Yeah, I was about to say it was like a 15 and a negative 15 at the same time. If that makes any sense.
Never want to do that shit again. It was just like, oh
but
my.
yeah, like in Lucifer, you know, when he shows his face as the devil, that shit fucked me up. Excuse my French. Like I was just like, woo!
I jumped. Like I jumped back.
God, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm sorry.
I promise y'all. I think we sat quiet for a good 7 episodes of Lucifer. It was
like 4 hours we didn't speak. Like we was just.
I just turned around. Like,
the worst part is that high lasted for like 2 days.
What?
Oh my gosh!
It lasted for 2 days.
That was terrible.
What?
Yeah. So
what's it called? I want to try.
You went to bed, woke up, was like, "Damn, I'm still fried." Went through the whole thing.
For real, bro. I remember I woke up and I was just like, "It's no way I just went to sleep." Like, it's no way I did 8 hours of sleep and I'm still this high. It's just no way. Like
that shit was scary.
What was the percent of THC in this extra?
It was very high.
You said a
Very
billion.
high.
Yeah, it sounded like it
The
was
thing
50%.
is like there's THC and then there's THCA, and THCA is what gets you like super high. And so the THC was already high, like the percentage, but the THCA was like way up there, and so I think that's why. But yeah, like cancer patients and stuff take that, and I'm gonna just leave that to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
sound
one.
like the A stand for ass, because that's your ass when you take it. We'll take time with y'all. Yeah, but I still want to try it. So just text me the name of it.
I got an extra one. You can have it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it right before the podcast. If I'm sitting here like this.
Oh, you will be.
Well, it takes like an hour and a half to kick in. I forgot to mention that. So both of us were sitting there like, "Oh, this ain't doing nothing." Like,
this ain't nothing.
It was like an edible.
And then when that third episode hit, bro, it was a wrap. Like,
Scott, you a nerd. You know what the infinite Tsukuyomi is, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was in. I was
in the infinite Tsukuyomi. Oh my god, that is horrible. So is it like after after you come and she keeps sucking? Is it like that kind of feels like it's good, but it's not good at the same time?
I'm not really sure how we got there.
You know what, Scott? Somebody always got to do it.
I was drunk.
I
had to do it.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how good your suckers are, but we will talk after the podcast.
With that being said, I did put a poll up. And I do want to know real quick. If you had a chance to smoke with the two, who would you pick to smoke with on 420? Craig and Day or Method Man and Redman?
Method Man and Redman.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Craig and Day.
Craig and Daddy always getting into something. Something always going wrong. I'm gonna be missing something by the end of the day. I'm cool. I'm cool off it.
Or if you got high, you got trapped in one of the movies. Which one?
Right. I know Meth and Redman. First of all, they're gonna take care of me. I know they're gonna have like a pound on them.
Okay.
And I already know. And we gonna be good. We're gonna talk about Wu-Tang and all. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time.
Can I like substitute Snoop and Wiz?
Oh, see that's too easy of an answer. That's why I ain't say them. That's everybody. Snoop. I want to smoke with Snoop.
Snoop, that's everybody.
Okay, what about Lil Yachty and DC Young Fly?
Oh, yeah. If you want to be stuck, you got to be stuck in one of their movies for your 420.
I just want to smoke with DC Young Fly.
He seems like a good bid, but I think Uncle Epps would be a good bid too if you getting high with him.
Right.
Wait, you said Craig and Daddy, not Mike Epps. We're talking about the
character. Yeah, I mean, well, listen, I'll be honest with you. They act just like Mike Epps. So
I have a friend who actually, never mind. I shouldn't say this on the podcast. Never mind.
When somebody started and he's like, I want to pull it out.
I can tell this part. I can tell this part. They smoked with Mike Epps, and apparently he's a great time when he's high.
Okay, all right.
He seems like a great time when he's sober.
I'm gonna leave it there. So happy 420, everybody. You know what I mean?
But wait. What's everybody weed song? Because I'm looking for one answer. What's the song that made y'all want to get high?
I get high all the time. I get high.
Oh, that's y'all song.
Gotta get high.
I thought y'all gonna see Afro Man. Y'all ain't fucking
because I got high.
Yeah, that's the one that made me want to get high.
No, definitely some Bob Marley.
Da. Bob Marley?
That one,
yeah,
that ain't it.
I like Kaya, that song. I don't know if y'all know that song.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna lie though. I think Wiz Khalifa is definitely his music is what made me say, you know what, this cannabis thing, I think I want to try it out. I don't know what it was about Taylor Gang, but that did it for me.
It's your OJ, boy. It's a classic.
Taylor Gang.
Yeah, that's a classic mixtape right there. But yeah, man, it's a lot of songs that make you think about it.
And then, of course, he was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. So next up, we're gonna talk about sports. We have KD, who was on $1 Million Worth of Game podcast.
I just want to know how I helped him with that segue. Go ahead.
Everybody was talking about this hot topic. So we've been talking about, I told y'all the Brooklyn Nets was going to give us something else to talk about. Something else. And it's KD, once again, they asked him, who are your top 5 teammates that you've ever played with? Steph, Draymond. Who else he named?
He said Steph.
He named Draymond?
He
He
did.
said
No, he
Steph.
didn't. He did not. He did
No,
not
he
name
didn't.
Draymond.
All right, well,
I was about to
let me make up a list. Steph,
No.
Draymond, Sebastian Telfair, Gary Payton, and Serge Ibaka. Hold on.
Not Gary Payton.
So,
He said Kwame Brown is an honorable mention.
Kwame Brown.
Kwame.
Yeah.
You play with Kwame?
Yeah. He
No.
said it's a tie last between Sean Kemp and Kwame. I'm like, hold on. So, they like, not Russell? And he kind of recanted it after that. But what are your thoughts on him not giving Russell his juice?
He had an early 420. That's what I said.
He had an early 420.
Because how you forget about the man you was dropping 40 with for years since you from rookie, y'all was together since y'all was basically rookies, and then went to the whole finals against LeBron and them. How do you forget to talk about Russ? Like, y'all went to the Western Conference Finals against the Warriors.
Yeah,
up 3-1.
Y'all beat 2 games against the Kobe Bryant Lakers the year that they won the chip. Come on now.
I just lay it on him, Scoop. So I don't know. He named Kyrie Irving. He played 10 games with Kyrie. 10.
Listen, and they already been teammates for about 50 games, but you only played 10 with them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you? He named James, Kyrie.
Yeah, he named James, Kyrie, Klay Thompson, and Steph,
and Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka.
It's Serge Ibaka, the same dude that was on them teams that you was with Russ with, but you didn't say the second best player on the team. It didn't register with me.
And some nights the best player. We're gonna talk about it.
Not just that.
No, I'm saying some nights, like, we ain't gonna act like some nights when KD wasn't doing his thing, Russell came through when KD was kind of deferring in them early OKC years. We're not gonna act like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Russ had to take
just because he was bricking for a while.
He had to take 700 shots to get 40 points. So I'm never going to say Russ was leading anything, but I do agree that I'm not putting. No, I wouldn't put Serge Ibaka over Russ like as a team. Parent provided. I wouldn't put Serge Ibaka over Russ as a. I mean, it's his list though. To be honest, like if he felt like he had more fun playing with Serge than Russ, then fuck it. But the Kyrie one just messed me up. Like you hardly played with Kyrie Irving.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
not even sure how it is like to play with Kyrie yet. Like,
they are best friends. I'm sure they be having little tournaments at their crib.
But the question was the best teammate. You've been a teammate for 6 months, dog. You was teammates with Russ for years.
If I play AAU with you, you count as a teammate.
Yo, but if you go to war with somebody for so long against some of the best teams of all time, how do you not be like, yo, the Spurs, the late Kobe Bryant Lakers, the Heat, some of the best.
I mean, Warriors, I don't know why everybody's surprised. Like, we didn't find out about KD's burner account because of the shit he was saying about Russ.
Yeah, you don't really mess with Russ.
He do be talking shit. He do talk crazy about Russ. I'm tired of everybody talking crazy about Russ, yo.
Russ is ass.
I'm tired of it. Put some respect on Russ's name, yo. Real rap.
That boy ass. He averaged 34 turnovers. He got to take 400 shots to get 20 points. Nigga's terrible.
All right. Russ over Chris Paul. So what we have is
hold on. Paul, you're not about to move on after that.
I'm not even going to acknowledge it.
How is Russ over Chris Paul? I wasn't saying all that. I just said we put some respect on the man's name, man. What's the logic there, bro?
No. I was just joking.
You are. He trying to rouse.
Oh no, he meant that. He just don't want to go.
No, I ain't mean it.
Keep on that. That's all that is. He meant that.
I did mean that Nash. Throw a little more respect on Nash's name. I'm not saying over Chris Paul, but you know. Now Rondo.
I just want to apologize to the Brooklyn Nets because I know my package didn't get there yet. You know, I had to use USPS and they a little backed up.
They're a little backed
take
up
about
right
15 business days, but it's on its way.
That's it. That's all.
Oh, and this is actually just happened. James Harden is out indefinitely.
Oh snap! You know what that mean?
Out indefinitely.
LeBron put a hit out on the whole team. Like, I'm just let y'all know, LeBron is a lot more powerful than y'all think he is. Like, it's a lot of things.
For $500 million.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on with the Brooklyn Nets. There's a lot of weird stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
but you know what that means. The Sixers. Am I doing
taking the East? We taking the East.
Yeah, the Sixers gonna take the East. Yeah, the Sixers. Joel Embiid. They gonna cheat him out as MVP, but they're gonna take the East.
Yeah, Scoop. Yeah, the Birdman.
And if Bron and AD don't come back healthy, they'll win the championship this year.
All I'm saying is, who trying to meet me at Broad Street?
We about to ride.
If the Sixers make it to the finals, I'm definitely flying out to Philly.
I'm just saying, it's happening. In 08, I was out there when the Phillies won. In the 2016 or 17, I don't know. I was out there when the Eagles won. Boy, the Sixers, my favorite Philly team, win. It's over. It's up. It's up.
I'm flipping the car over.
All right, come on. All right, I ain't want to. I don't want to get excited.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Strong was
come on. There's a lot of ifs involved, so just let me calm down, y'all. All right.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ifs involved.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We press for time. So it's story time. Was I wrong? Keith has a classic Keith story for us today. For the Was I Wrong 420 special. What you got for us today, Keith?
So we talked a little bit earlier about Young Wild Keith. This is back in the day. So we're going to take it Scott style. This is 2014. This is back when I was doing shows at the hall. I was on shows at the hall and everyone wanted to be on the show.
Shout out to 10-Year Twin.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Girls were coming from left and right and left, up and down. They like, can I get on the show, Keith? Let me see something maybe. So this one girl wanted to get on the show. And she hit my phone like, I just got my food stamps. Oh, you did? Yeah, I can come over and cook for you. I'm like, oh, you gonna get on the show, baby girl. You gonna so we talking. I go pick her up. We go to the market. Boom, she buy my favorite. Pork chops. She bought the juices. She bought the sides. She cooked macaroni and cheese from scratch. She cooked the sweet potatoes from scratch. She was doing me good right there. And guess how she was cooking? No clothes on. She wanted to get on that damn show. She wanted to get on that show. So she cooked with no clothes on and stuff like that. And she was like, you mind if I smoke in here? I mean, sure, baby. We do that in here. So while she's smoking, I said, that don't smell like it's yelling at me. Something's wondering. So she was like, you want to hit it? I said, yeah, this is around the time when I was going a little bit heavy. And I smoked on it. I said, it's like I'm in a library. Ain't nothing smacked the back of my throat or nothing paused and nothing. It was just, I'm like, what is this? She was smoking Reggie in my house.
Oh, come on. Not Reggie Bush.
So guess what? The oven was still on. Everything was still cooking. And I asked her, can you please leave? You don't smoke Reggie in my damn house. She was off the show. She had to leave. And she had to catch the bus back home. Was I wrong for kicking that girl out for making me smoke Reggie?
Was you wrong for kicking out for making you smoke Reggie Conquest? Come on now.
Man, that's Reggie. Don't put no Reggie to me. I was popping Keith back then. I don't smoke no Reggie. That was messed up my reputation.
All right.
First of all, any girl that is cooking or frying food butt naked can't cook. So that's where you went wrong to start with. Like, oh, Scoop. So you had somebody fry some chicken for you butt naked?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't like your logic.
That's how
I'm just saying it because if you can cook, you have enough common sense to know I'm not going to get butt naked to fry pork chops. Like,
this is the thing. Maybe she was so good, she knew where it was popping. Huh?
Stop. Stop.
V, you're messing the fantasy up. V, it's the fantasy.
That's not the type of cook. That's not the type of food you cook when you trying to be sexy. Like,
But look,
there are meals that are butt naked cook approval. Frying pork chops ain't one of them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you gotta think, I'm 19 at this time. She just butt naked cooking. That's just my fantasy at 19. A woman is in the kitchen cooking
That's
butt naked.
all.
All right, just throw an apron on. That's it.
It was no apron. She was just
No
naked.
apron. Oh.
And I was on
grease pops.
I was on the 11th floor. So when she went to go smoke on the balcony, she went on the balcony naked. So I was like,
wait, so she didn't even smoke in your apartment? She smoked on the balcony?
It was the view. She wanted to see the view. She liked the view.
She wanted to see the pool.
It'd have been different if she was actually inside your apartment. Then I can give you a justification, because how dare you disrespect my four walls? You know what I'm saying?
But I can smell it coming through the windows, like, because my windows right next to the balcony and shit, so I can smell it coming through. She was disrespecting me anyway.
Yeah, it was funky. She's not wrong for going through those lengths to get on the show, because your shows was popping.
Yeah.
She's not wrong for cooking or frying butt naked. But Keith, she was wrong for smoking Regina King.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Reggie.
So Keith, I'm just gonna say it. You wasn't wrong.
Thank you.
You wasn't wrong, because you have a standard.
I have some questions. Did you keep the food?
I did keep the food, yes.
Did you eat the food?
No, I ain't eat the food. It wasn't all we cooked, and I didn't know how to finish it off. It was.
So you wasted this girl's food stamp card money.
I just re-up every month.
Yeah.
Well, okay, because you didn't eat the food, you're not wrong.
There we go.
But you wasted it though.
I had listen, Scott. I had people in the house. V was inside my same apartment smoking that loud pack. She probably smelled in like, if I was a nut, I can't have people thinking I'm a nut.
I definitely was on the 10th floor, you on the 11th. Like, that's no cap.
See, what if he had smelled that? It's like, oh, this is a nut ass nigga up there smoking Reggie. I can't have it.
I told you the Pope smelled it.
The Pope smelled it. He left after he smelled that. What is going on? They smoking Reggie on City Line?
Smoking Reggie Jackson. What's going on?
I don't know what to say, yo. I just feel like you could at least let her finish cooking, Keith.
No, I just felt like she disrespected me too hard. You want to get on my show? I had the ego back then, Scott, a little bit. Like I really was a little bit kind of popping, so I had like a big ego.
Wait, hold on. It sounds like V got some.
I ain't say nothing.
I seen your face though, V. I seen your face.
I was a little egotistical.
Egotistical.
That's a little egotistical, a little
egotistical. Listen, your preference is your preference, man.
Right.
I ain't mad at you. Did she come to the show?
She did. She still came to the show. Yeah,
still came to the show.
Still came.
Listen.
Oh, so then you definitely weren't wrong, because she didn't even care.
That's right. No harm, no foul.
I mean, she do some threats my way, but there was a couple.
I wouldn't have went to the show.
But she slid to the show because I said, like, you know, you're my girl. I want you to come to the show because I wanted to buy a ticket. She was like, you ain't tell me I was your girl. Then
I mean,
okay. This is a hot mess, but I already said what I said, so I'm not even gonna change. It is what it is.
This took a real crazy turn.
There was a lot going on. In 2014 was a wild time, Scott. I'll take you back one day.
One day, just one day, just one day.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. You got two wrongs and a right. So I mean, I guess you was wrong.
No. I got two rights and a wrong.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So you was right.
Of course I was right.
Wait, who said he was wrong?
Scott.
I did.
Scott just don't like me.
I said you should have at least let her finish cooking.
No, she was smoking Reggie in the house. Scott, I didn't want that.
Scott just admitted that he smoked Regina Hall too. So at the end of the day,
hold on.
You was smoking Regina King.
You're not gonna act like hold on. You're not gonna act like you wasn't buying Nick's and Reggie after getting some bread from the gas station.
Absolutely.
And rolling it up.
Any real weed smoker know that the good weed ain't hit Philly till about early 2000s. So you damn right.
Right.
I was buying Reggie. I was smoking Arizona. That was the best thing out. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I got that Arizona. Oh, I was smoking Arizona, huh? Y'all know about that Arizona.
How that's blunt.
That's right. You got to pick the seeds out, put them to the side. You know what to do. You know what to do. Y'all know how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I should have known too because it was pre-rolled. There was something wrong with that weed she had.
It was pre-rolled? Oh,
yeah, it was just like in her pocketbook. I'm like, what the fuck?
She showed up with a rolled blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
she was a hood. She was hood.
She ain't want to leave no seeds all up in me. All over your trash. She thought she could hide it.
Yeah, I was about to say she know what she was doing because you roll when you get there.
If she was smart, she would have put a black and mild tip on it.
Like, the one was probably all like dry and cracked.
No way. She should have put a black and mild tip on it.
She was smart. She'd have had a spot on the show.
The wood jar. The wood
jar.
Too,
there you go. No, yeah, 2014, the wood tips was out. You right. Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Add a little elegance. A little
elegance to it, man. That might have got us class. So you line. Don't smoke that Reggie, y'all. Hit that out there.
Don't smoke Reggie. That's the moral of the story.
Least, I think we got
your drone breaking up. Or is it breaking
that
up?
Wi-Fi defeating you, Scoop. Turn the Wi-Fi off.
Use your phone, regular Wi-Fi. Don't just
you got turn the Wi-Fi off, Scoop, and just use the phone.
Just use the phone. Try using the phone.
Did you try to turn the Wi-Fi off, Scoop?
he ain't do it. He ain't do it.
He definitely ain't do it. Oh man, we gonna have another bad interview.
Yo, Scoop really be sounding like somebody's uncle when he instructs people. Turn the Wi-Fi off and just use the phone.
Swipe up, and hit the Wi-Fi button.
Is it
Go
better?
to settings and turn the Wi-Fi off. Do it say LTE at the top?
It say at the top.
You got an iPhone or Android?
They be just as old. Like I don't know where that's at on.
Yeah.
Yo, Scoop would ask somebody 6 times if they turn the Wi-Fi off.
Really an old head, yo.
Am I better now?
Yeah, you better.
You want to know why? Because I turned the Wi-Fi off. Huh? Oh, mess with me. My methods work. My defense is impregnable. Whatever. Anyway.
Impregnable?
Come on, it's Mike Tyson line.
Pause, Mike.
You said pause.
So,
my defense is impregnable.
You want to say it to his face though, chill.
Mike?
Yeah,
nah.
He told you he is.
I fuck you up if you say about me. I'm all right.
You can't catch me. I'll definitely say it to his face. Just want to stand there. So we got one more question, man. The question of the day is right now, man. If you caught one parent cheating on the other, would you rat to the other parent? Today we're going to start off with our expert on women. V, what you got?
I knew you was going to start with me. So for me, I'm not snitching on either one. I feel like that's married people's problems. That's married people business. And I need to stay out of that. My parents have been married. Well, they've been together as a whole for like over 30 years. So clearly they doing something right. That ain't none of my damn business. So
I got you.
Actually, yeah, they're almost at 40 years. So yeah. I'm staying out of that. Whether I catch it on the left or the right, like I'm staying out of that.
All right. Stay in the child's place. That's what my mom always told me.
Okay. So it sounds like you're leading in. Where you go? Where you going with Scott?
I'm just saying, stay in the child's place. Don't butt into married folks' business. That's their relationship, not yours.
I just want to know how we get on camera. All of a sudden, Scott want to change his point of view.
Oh, that's not.
Put the pressure on him, V.
Last time I checked, I was the only one who felt that way. But okay, that's fine. That's what we doing.
We looking at other people's papers now. We cheating on the test.
It's that Reggie he's smoking. That's what it is.
She said you smoke Reggie.
She You said he smoked night school.
Oh my God.
Night school better than the shit he's smoking. But
Ooh. Damn, man.
So
all right.
I just feel like I said this in the meeting, but hey, we ain't gonna talk about it. We just gonna act like I ain't say it in the meeting. But I feel like on the real though, I would definitely rat on my mom before I ratted on my dad. We gotta sit together. And black men don't cheat, so so it is what it is. We got a reputation to maintain.
That's it.
That's all.
Nope. You know what I'm gonna do?
What you doing?
I already did it once. I'm ratting on my dad. I'm more.
You got a record already?
I'm more loyal to. Well, it was one time I was going to the circus with my family. I thought I seen my dad's car, and I went to tell my mom, like, "Mom, I think my dad, he's not even supposed to be in town. I think he with another woman." Yeah, I was just gonna dig out. I probably like 7. I was young. I still had braids.
You out here with false allegations too?
No, I had to make no. I'm more loyal to my mama than I am my daddy. I don't even like my dad. He gonna see this and he gonna understand. He be like, "Yep."
Yeah, he did that.
I'd rather ruin my dad's happiness than ruin my mom's. If she got another man, then my dad not doing something right.
That's it. That's all. We gonna figure it out.
100% right, and I gotta do
that's
that.
fair.
Dang, man. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go all the way with Scott on his second answer. Oh, I'm ratting on my mom. I'm not ratting on my dad, man. I'm not ratting on my dad. You know what I'm saying? Just, as my man said, we got to stick together, man. And furthermore, don't take offense to it, but we have an expert on women. I think if she's being honest, she'll tell you that women are very irrational. So if I tell my mom, she might. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to tell my mom. Next thing you know, she shoot me for just telling her. I'm like, Mom, I was just trying to get it. Shut up. You seen them and you ain't doing that. I just told you. I did something. You know what I mean? The father's gonna figure things out the way men do things. With a lot.
I just think that men are, when they're heartbroken, like when their like emotions are torn, they are way more irrational than women when it comes to like heartbreak type of stuff. A prime example, look at how many women were killed by the men they were dating because they were caught cheating or because they were caught doing something that was like untrustworthy in a relationship.
I call Cat V.
I'm just saying, I hear more stories. I hear more stories about men killing their wives or killing the girlfriend off of stuff like that than I do of women. Women, she might try to fight you, she might try to whatever or snap on you, but a nigga will straight out shoot you. Like that's insane to me.
I got a stoop.
Go get it.
Did they or did they not make a whole show about women who murdered their boyfriend?
Thank you. I was about to bring it up.
Didn't they make that up?
I mean, yeah, but I still hear more stories about men.
Look at the expert. Look at the expert ready to lie. Go ahead.
It's not. I hear more stories about men killing their wives than the flip.
You know why?
They made a show about it because it was far in between of how many options they had. So they highlighted the few options that they could. But
I like how you did that.
They tell all the stories about the men. Like
I like what you're doing, V. I like how you did that.
I'm just
you spinning it like an expert, but you're still wrong, V. That's all it is.
Oh.
They got multiple shows about these women and how savage they are, yo. Y'all, it's the truth though.
I didn't like that.
But it shows versus coming out in the news. But okay.
Oh,
now I will say there's plenty of, and we're gonna talk about the non-melanated people, like Keith likes to say, the unseasoned people.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of records of them murdering their whole family and then killing themselves. But that's different vibe. We don't associate with that crowd over there. We talking about, over here. And over here, I know plenty of men who got their cars keyed up. Mad people taking people's cribs, taking people's kids.
Sorry, just real quick, because those shows you're talking about aren't most of the women white women.
All right, so hold up. Y'all took it. I'm just asking a question. I wasn't going as far as homicide, y'all. I was just talking about, the simple stuff like my girl just running my man over. You know what I'm saying?
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Okay, well, what about the video that was all over the shade room of the girl who pranked her boyfriend and he came there and shot up her bed?
Damn.
What about Sweetie? That was a prank, first of all.
But he literally came and shot up her bed. Like
Sweetie
he thought she
literally
was dead
tried
serious.
to take my man Call of Duty whole system and then swung on him. And then a whole bunch of irrational women talk about something. Oh, look at him taking his game back. He's abusive. What the? Hold on.
He threw her on the floor.
Oh, see?
No,
threw her on the floor.
I knew how to get it out.
Now, granted, I will say I don't think either one of them were necessarily right or wrong in that situation, but we're not gonna make it seem like what he did wasn't aggressive.
Oh, so we're gonna act like Solange. She wasn't even the one getting cheated on. Solange swinging on Jay-Z all out of turn.
Yeah, because she knew Beyonce wasn't gonna do it.
And she whooping Jay-Z ass too.
That's the problem. My man Jay-Z is from the projects, and you just gonna put your hands on me. You know what? And he was so logical that he just sat there and said, you know what? I'll deal with this. I'll deal with this. You'll never work against Solange. I got you. AB. I got you. You know what I mean? Listen, all I'm saying is, you know the truth.
No.
He's like, no, I'm not. Sugar in the gas tank. Okay, who came up with sugar in the gas tank?
You said what?
Who came up with sugar in the gas tank? You know a woman did.
Who came up with hot grits?
Who came up with hot grits, D?
Who came up with Ken cars?
That's a man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Whoa, she identifies as a woman, so you have to call her a woman.
That's a woman. Who came? Who got a whole song called "I Bust the Window Out Your Car"? Woman. Who? Are we gonna go to the country song? I wrote my name in those leather seats. Come on now.
What about Left Eye? Left Eye burned the whole house down.
Left Eye burned the house down.
That is a good example, and I can't argue against.
They took her mugshot like this.
That was a very irrational decision.
But there's also the fact that most divorces is by women, and most of the time the woman is taking all the man's shit for herself. That crib,
most
the car,
of the time a fact, or is that your opinion?
No, that's a fact. That's fact.
So in modern day society, where women are making more money, and I'm supposed to believe
where you getting this women making more bread?
No, it sounds like it's a very opinionated fact, but go ahead.
But
where you get the fact? Where you get the fact that women making more bread than men?
I didn't say they were making more. I never said they were making more bread than men. I said they're making more bread because we're more independent now. So we don't necessarily need men for financial gain like we used to.
So y'all make irrational decisions like just leaving us for nothing. That's you're playing. You're playing
we leave y'all because y'all still act like y'all are. Y'all still act the same way y'all did when you were the one in control because you had the money by cheating and doing all this other reckless stuff and expecting women to stay. When back in the day, women were staying because they wanted to be provided for. But if I don't need you to provide for me, then no, I'm not going to tolerate you cheating. Period.
Like the great Kevin Samuels said, a high value man got his pick of the litter. Pick of the litter.
Talk to him, Scott.
But these women, these independent women out here, we don't want y'all because y'all divorced, motherfuckers. Because y'all don't need us, yo. That's what. So y'all go ahead, get you a couple cats, get you a couple cats and dogs to be irrational with them. You feel me?
Scott ain't throw the quotes up. Y'all independent,
right?
No,
you gotta go like an old head. The old head's like this. Y'all watch too much Oprah. Oh, Jesus. You gonna blame Oprah?
No. In all seriousness, though, I do feel like both men and women be acting crazy when they get heartbroken. In all seriousness. Yeah.
You can't quote Kevin Samuels to say, "Oh no, but really, guys."
No, that quote was facts. Though. That was pure facts.
I know I can roll it right back in.
That went a little left, but I like it. You know what I mean? So I was going to end off with that, but I forgot we had a slight debate. So we're going to bring this in. While we was in our meeting, right? Keith brought an interesting opinion to the table. And it made me think, is it true? And he said, Kevin Hart has the most hits as far as stand-up comedies go. He got more than any other comedian. And everybody's like, hold up, cuzzy. But I thought about it, and I think I might agree. So, Keith, would you like to make that case?
I'm just saying, let's go down. Let's go down like a little list right here. We got Laugh at My Pain. We got Let Me Explain. We got Seriously Funny. And we got I'm a Grown Little Man. You got What Now? Who else you could just run down like, all right, he was just killing like this. You go Dave. We gonna say Killing Him Softly and the one with the bus joint. That's only.
Are we talking dead or alive? Like that they have to be alive.
DOA. Dead or alive.
Or?
Yep.
Yeah, either or.
Okay.
When I hear about Eddie Murphy, all I hear about is Raw. I don't hear nothing else but that.
Delirious?
Nope.
Are you tripping?
Who's like,
that's two.
Yeah, what you tripping? Delirious? Hello.
Okay, that's two.
He didn't do any more stand-ups. He did two and got up out of there. And started doing
listen. It ain't Kevin Hart's fault that he got up out of there. So once again, Keith, your logic is standing tall. It's still standing.
What about Richard Pryor?
So let's go with his hits.
Hold on, I don't know.
His top 10 hits are Richard Pryor live in concert, Richard Pryor live and smoking, Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip, Richard Pryor Here and Now. What is this one?
See, I feel like
I think these were like features.
That's before our time.
Yeah, I was about to say that because I've seen 3 of them. I liked them, but it of course it probably wouldn't give me the laughter that Kevin Hart's gave me because his was exactly in my time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm saying like you're saying that nobody else has had as many hits as like Kevin Hart in reference to stand-up, but Richard Pryor has stand-ups.
He got stand-ups. I mean, he was hits.
So
okay.
What is a hit, Keith? Are we talking about the quality of it? Or are we talking about the numbers that it does?
We talking about when Kevin Hart first came out and he doing his stand-ups and everyone's saying his lines from his stand-up. Yeah. The whole world is talking like that. How many celebrities was inside the crowd? How long he was able to do that? Like every time you walk backstage, it's a billion celebrities back there. Kevin Hart had the world in the stranglehold. No other comedian has done that.
I'm a Grown Little Man.
I also think though that like it's not fair to compare Kevin Hart to like a Richard Pryor or somebody in a different era because Kevin Hart did come up in the era of like what we have today, like social media and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, he was very memeable. Like a lot of his like stuff was very quotable that you could like post it on Twitter or do, skits around it and all that type of stuff. Whereas like before that, I don't feel like we really had that like that.
Them old people seen it and they able to say it. They got slang from these people. They just wasn't hitting like Kev. If it was hitting like Kev, then it'd have been good.
So are we including like Bill Cosby in this?
Well, yeah, we're including everybody, but it seems like everybody's reaching so far back. So I guess we saying clearly nobody in today's era can even
it's not even reaching back.
We're reaching back in like the 70s.
Yeah, I feel like the closest to me that has like more than one like hit during like Kevin Hart's time was Cat Williams pre-jail. But I mean he only really had Pimp Chronicles 1 and 2 and then wasn't there another one?
So that's 2 hits.
But that was back to back too. So
yeah.
But it was just 2.
Which one was the one that he did the joke about the tiger?
Exactly.
I don't seem that memorable, B.
It don't seem that memorable.
I would know what I was talking about.
I think he had a hit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like Kevin Hart standing tall.
Kev is the guy. You can't.
You know what?
Yeah.
You take away from it.
You might be right.
You might be right.
His run is now. I think his last 2 stand-ups weren't that great. but like for his run, he was untouchable, and no
Well,
one else
Yeah.
was untouchable.
I think he got 3 that's like undebatably like all-time great stand-ups.
Yeah,
What are those 3?
I'm a grown
Laugh
little
at my
man.
pain.
It's laughing my pain and seriously funny. Those 3. I
Okay.
don't. What now? You mentioned What Now. I don't really like What Now as much as those 3.
it was just the impact of him, what he did for What Now had just made.
That was the record breaker.
That was like, yeah, like he broke a record with What Now. Like
Yeah,
that was
the
like the
record
height that it was almost like, can't do nothing bigger.
That's true. You got a point there. He was at the Eagle Stadium.
Like
Yeah.
he did that shit. Like Kev went to a point where no one else can do it.
That was the most tickets sold for a comedy show, right?
Yeah, so I feel like Kev has broke every record. Now we talking pure stand-up comedy. Like we won't go like, well, what comedians did better movies? Then yeah, we can get into that. And Kev probably not gonna win that one.
Kev movies are underrated.
No, but like if you're talking movies, you gotta talk about Eddie Murphy off rip.
Oh yeah, I think Eddie Murphy got that on lock.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I think Eddie Murphy definitely has that on lock when it comes to movies.
I agree. But Kevin Hart movies are underrated, and y'all gonna stop disrespecting them.
I think Kev movies was
Nice School was amazing.
he got oversaturated. So yeah, people was
You
like,
said what school?
Huh?
What school?
Nice School was amazing. I don't like the disrespect that it gets.
Man,
You smoking the same stuff Scotty smoking.
What's your favorite joke from the movie, Scoop?
The same one joke that he tells every time he brings up this movie. The same one joke. It's literally the same. Go ahead, Scoop. I want to take this moment from you. Go ahead.
No, V, what's my joke? If you know it, then go ahead and say it.
No. It's much better when you deliver it. Go ahead.
See, you don't even know which one I'm gonna think. You don't know which one I'm gonna think. There's multiple good jokes in that movie. But I won't misquote it. Just watch the movie.
Oh, so you can't even quote the jokes. Oh,
yeah, I can. It's multiple. It's multiple. Good jokes in there. You know what I'm saying? Between my man, nothing. Watch
what
the
he
movie.
say, Scoop? What he say?
Nothing.
Scoop? Go ahead. What he say?
You want to say
At the beginning of the daggone movie. Go ahead, Scoop. What he say?
It's a good movie. Everybody check out Nice School.
you guys know one more reason why Kev one of the GOATs? Because his mentor was Keith Robinson. He had to be great.
Huh?
He
He had to be great.
Had no choice.
And in the words of young fella, you're funny, but you're not talking about enough.
Yo, you sound just like what the yo.
I mean, Scoop's had 50 years to practice, so
yeah, you sound just like.
Yeah, man. If y'all get a chance, watch. Seriously funny. That's the one that's on, right? Where he said that. Or Laugh at My Pain is the one he said that.
I think it was Laugh at My Pain.
Laugh at My Pain. Yeah, man. So yeah.
Huh?
So yeah, I think that I think Keith has a great point with that. If anybody has any rebuttals, I think that's a good conversation to have because a lot of people
did
go like,
y'all think
hell no.
American Hustle was funny by Cat Williams?
No.
I'm a Cat Williams fan, so I think most of his stand-ups are funny. But just because I think it's funny, I mean it's a hit, and it didn't bust a gut. Like
it didn't change the culture.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think once Kev got a handle on it, it was over for a minute, you know what I mean? And he did it. A lot of people disrespect the fact that he don't talk about political things, but I think it's dope that he doesn't have to go above and beyond with the whole race thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, everybody's comedy was based off of that's the difference between black people and white people. Like that whole, it was like that was a heavy thing to talk about. Kev came in like, yo, I'm gonna talk about my life, and it was hilarious. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that he did that.
No, for real. Like I really feel like I watched his kids grow up.
Yeah, from the fact that he's talking about, I think, I got the cat. I think I got a dumb baby. You know what I mean? That whole thing.
He don't make regular baby noises.
He don't make, you know what I mean?
Look at this. Look at all this Kevin Hart glory. I ain't hear nothing about nobody else.
Nah, I said you right.
I'll be like, what about the shows that Jesus used to go to back in the day? What about that comedian?
He got
I mean, he definitely give him his flowers. Like, I don't think we're disagreeing with you or whatever. Like, because like I said, I feel like if you're looking at Kevin Hart, the only person who comes after him in this era that comes to mind is like Cat Williams in reference to having like hits back to back. But yeah, I mean, give him his flowers. He broke history. Like, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Word. He got some of the best.
I just can't support Night School. I'm sorry.
Watch it
I
one more
can't do
time.
it, yeah.
I'm telling you. Watch it one more time.
I'm gonna get so high I fall asleep, and then I'll put it on. Just for you, Scoop.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until your favorite line comes on, which is in the first 5 minutes, so I don't even have to wait that long.
What's my favorite line, V?
Nope, nope, I'm not even gonna say it.
See, look at you. She a hater, y'all. She hating.
God, pocket.
Crazy.
But no, I was
Great
saying though, on to end it up, like Kev got one of the most iconic jokes when he went to his mom to get permission to curse at his teacher.
Oh.
That's one of the most iconic. You long to the no nipple having that. That's one of the most iconic.
She ain't got no nipples.
Yo, that was funny. And y'all remember when everybody was saying pineapples?
Yeah, pineapples.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, everybody saying
all right.
All right. Yeah, man.
That boy got hits.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the term "I can't" came from his stand-up. Because I haven't heard so many people say, "Oh, I can't," until his stand-up. I don't know. I might be right, I might be wrong, but I think that
he's a superstar on a different type of level, yo, for real. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's an international star, yeah. And I mean, just, giving his flowers where they're due, he definitely made the show Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yeah. Amazing.
Shout out to Kev.
Another amazing show.
He put so many people on. It's good.
Oh, and if we get, let's do this too as well. He's one of the first, and I think this is a reason why he separated himself from a lot of the comedians. He was one of the first comedians to really monetize his social media.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he did with the whole, you have to buy my social media push separate from buying on me on a movie. So, I have my price for a movie, but I set a separate price if you want me to push it on social media as well. I think what he did with that was amazing. So yeah, I mean, I think he took advantage of what a lot of comedians at the time in his class was like, I'm not really on that Instagram wave. Kev was like, yeah, cool, watch me. You know what I'm saying? He killed Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And now everybody's like, yo, you got to build a following because that's where comedy is right now. If you think about the comedy that you go to Instagram basically for your comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or Twitter or
his business acumen along with his career, amazing.
Really.
Oh yeah, like LOL Network, that was genius.
Yes.
Like to create a whole network for yourself, like a whole John on Sirius FM, YouTube, like all of that. Like, right. Yep. And then I heard Just Hilarious has a show on there now.
Yeah.
See, he even giving bum ass comedians. He even giving women comedians chances on there.
Oh my God! Wait, what?
Even though they're irrational.
Wow.
Those independent women.
He's even giving independent women a shot.
I'm sorry, we don't like to get cheated on. That's all. All y'all gotta do is go into open relationships, and you wouldn't even have to deal with all of this.
I just want girls to be like my grandma.
Open relationship? What?
That's all. Don't you love how they used to be, Keith?
Hey, get cheated on and shut up.
What?
The misogyny is heavy today.
Yeah, really.
You know what, Keith? We're gonna drop the mic on that. Shout out to Kevin Hart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Scott, stop digging on your nose. You're on camera. And that wraps up a whole nother episode of Talk Heavy. Once again, I'm your boy Scoop Burgundy.
Just call me Raw.
It's Scotty.
Just a reminder, make sure you turn off your Wi-Fi when you lose connection on Zoom.
And one more reminder, if you haven't checked out Night School, great movie. Until next time,